Hey, fantastic fam. Welcome to our community where we combine the woo and the work. We are two professional women who believe we can have it all and constantly upgrade ourselves to meet our visions. I'm Kalyani and I've chosen the off-roading paths to personal development, being an entrepreneur with the journey of motherhood. I'm an economics postgraduate and I love working with all things mind and money. I've founded and sold one business and I'm now building this business that feels like fun and freedom for life.
Hi, I'm Rupali. I'm a numbers nerd turned Reiki master and many other things. I found a passion for all things wellness. I've worked in banking and finance for 15 years and I love combining that knowledge with all things energetics to create impact in a fun, easy way for others. Join us as we share the behind the scenes of us creating wealth, freedom, and magic. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Fantastic Females. We're back with another crypto episode, and in fact, I'd like to introduce Crypto Jaanbaaz with you. He's the one person that I feel that knows the most about crypto within everyone else that I do know. So I'm excited to share this with you, and let's get to know about a little bit more about him.
Hi, thank you, Rupali. Thank you for having me on the podcast. Um, it was funny when you said the person that knows the most about crypto because that's definitely not me. There's so much to know about crypto that it can get sometimes a bit overwhelming, and so that's actually why Crypto Jaanbaaz was born because it's so complex out there and it can be made to sound so complex. Um, and people are interested, right? So people are really interested, but they just don't know how to either take the plunge, or they're scared, um, or they're not confident in themselves. Like there's many things that prevent people from taking a leap into what I think is the new evolution of money, and that's all I'm here for. Like I am here to get people to conquer crypto with confidence, and um, I just want to be around. I want to be the human part that people can rely on, or at least rely on to talk to. Someone that's there that can, as a human, explain something to them, or at least try to figure something out with them if I don't know myself. Um, so I'm very excited to be here and have this chat with you.
Super excited to have you on board too. I think let's start in the beginning. So, what got you into crypto? Tell us a little bit about yourself and what brings all this passion about.
Right. So I'm a software engineer by profession. I've been coding since I was 10 years old. Um, and it's just something that's always resonated with me. Software in general has resonated with me. My formal career started in the finance space, and because of that, I've also always had software and money as part of like this culmination of work that I've always done. And because of that, I figured I I think it's only natural that crypto become the next step in my career. Um, but I was first introduced to it by a colleague. So a colleague who I had at a bank that I was working at, um, he basically mentioned to me that there's this crypto thing, and initially I was actually completely averse to it. I thought this is a scam. There's no way something can cost actual money to buy and is just internet money. And yeah, I mean, I was pretty much like majority of the world right now. But after actually sitting on it for about a year, there was a year long period where I was completely against it. Um, I had no real reason to believe that this was what everyone said it was at the time, or the people that were in it or into it told me at the time. And because of that, I just didn't do anything about it. A year later, I figured there's so many more people talking about it. It is a piece of software that exists on the internet. I am someone who is passionate about software. So the least I can do is give it the benefit of the doubt and just read myself about what it is, how it works, um, why it is in existence in the first place. And after that, I was pretty much hooked, right? Like there's so many reasons it exists, and there's so many benefits of it existing that are not only from a monetary and financial perspective, but also from a human perspective. It allows us to more efficiently communicate. It allows us to more efficiently agree with one another. And that's something that I think this whole world needs, just to be able to agree with each other in a provable way. And that's what crypto actually, I think, answered for me.
Yeah.
Those were the questions that it answered for me, and I thought, okay, well, that's it. And then I took the plunge, and I've been working as a software engineer in a cryptocurrency exchange. So I'm very much involved with crypto on a day-to-day basis. I live, breathe, eat, sleep the technology that is the blockchain, and yeah, it's not actually about the cryptocurrency as money anyway for me. It's literally just how can we make this world better by using this new evolution of a financial of what could be a financial product, but which is also a mechanism of consensus.
That's amazing. I think a couple of things that I've picked up there, and I think it's so funny because we talk about this all the time, day in, day out. And something that I picked up from what you've just said is that it's not a trend that you're jumping on. If that's what I picked up from it, it's not a trend that you're jumping on. It's not something that you're looking at as a way to become a billionaire. All these crypto billionaires that have come up and
Yes,
crashed. It's not the kind of unsafe way you're looking at it. You're looking at it in such a holistic way, and the passion clearly shows because you're talking about improvements and enhancements for humans during their lifetimes in many different ways. So that's just something I wanted to point out, that you're not here to kind of sell the concept of making
100%.
billions and run away overnight. It's more integrated. You want to be the human piece of the crypto puzzle, which is mind blowing.
100%. I will never in my life, I promise to myself and the world around me, I will never tell you that you should buy a specific crypto unless it's for a specific type of use and for a very specific reason. And I certainly won't tell you to do it if I haven't tried it myself or at least investigated it myself. And even then, don't trust me. I implore anyone who I give advice to never trust me and to happily go and do research, and I will be right there to hold your hand along the way so that you can find the right sources, and you can find people to verify what I'm saying.
Yeah. And you're open to being challenged, right?
Oh,
Which is such a
totally.
such a cool thing because that means you're completely detached from the whole
Hon-
situation. You're more kind of, wow, let's play with it.
Honestly, I sometimes challenge myself. So many times I've been now in professionally in this industry for about 3 4 years, 4 4 years, going on to 4 years, and many times I find myself thinking, if crypto just doesn't exist tomorrow, like
Mm.
my world will pretty much change entirely. Like, am I on the wrong path? Am I doing am I living in an echo chamber of other people who understand crypto? And the litmus that I have, the thing, the totem pole that I have that brings me back to the reality is science and math. It's and technology. Like, it's provably and visibly there that you can hold it, not physically, of course, but you can hold the concept, and you can truly understand what it is, and you can test
You
it.
can hold the wallet, can't you?
Well, you can hold a wallet for 100%, but I mean that's a different
Yeah.
conversation about like how long has it been since we've actually held money, right? Like true
Yeah.
valuable assets. When have we actually held them? So the tangibility is a whole different conversation.
Mm.
But the part that I find quite fun about crypto Jabas is that I can use it myself, right? I can use crypto Jabas myself as a way for me to question the world around me and question crypto's place within it.
Mm. And that brings me actually to my next question. It's almost like you said the words that I was thinking. What role does it play? What role does crypto play in your life and in the world of crypto Jabas? As much as your kind of, what's your vision for it within crypto Jabas?
Yeah, it is a bit of a. There's so many. there's so many roles that crypto plays in my life right now. So first and foremost, it pays my salary, right? So right now, crypto pays my salary. If crypto didn't exist, blockchain exchanges wouldn't exist. If those exchanges didn't exist, I would not be a software engineer at one. I would probably be still working in some financial institution, but right now, crypto pays my salaries. The the other the other most important part that crypto plays in my life is it gives me the freedom to do things that don't that aren't necessarily possible to do with the financial rails that are in the country that I am, right? So there are certain rules which are antiquated in my perspective, and there are certain laws that are created that are just they haven't evolved with the times that we're in, right? Like if you think about it, in South Africa, the law of apartheid was it was a law. It was very much law to keep the white population and the non-white population separate. It was a law to give them a different standard of living. But not all laws are just. And laws only become just over time. Laws evolve over time. And they need to keep up with the world around them. Cryptocurrency has given us a way to challenge the laws of society around us, right? And challenge, at least initially, the financial laws that exist around us. The very first like blockchain block was created as almost a war cry against the financial bailout of the of the American banks in 2000 after the 2008 financial crisis. So the very ethos of crypto was to challenge the financial system that's around us. So just to answer the question again, the role it plays in my life is I'm a person who challenges everything around me all the time, and so is this. So it's like a it's like a long lost friend that's sort of
Like a
that's
little rebel.
exactly like it allows me to express myself the way I want to, and the role that it plays in society. Honestly, right now, the predominant factor that it has in society is that of a financial one, and that's because that's where the rooted history is from, right? Like when those financial institutions were bailed out, Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin itself is a replacement of a currency. It's a digital peer-to-peer currency. By definition, that's what it's stated to be in its conception white paper. So, I mean, I'm no one to say that it's anything different, but it has taken a bit of a cultural revolution along with it. So people are making it into what they need it to be, and I think that's quite important. Now, what role does that play in crypto, Jabaz? Is sometimes it's difficult to be a rebel, even if you want to be. Sometimes, if you want to go to a protest to shout against injustice, it's difficult to do on your own. It's very difficult to walk out the door and make a stand when you're on your lonesome. It takes bravery and it takes like a lot of guts, right? I want to be the big brother that's around for someone to hold their hand when they want to make that bold statement. Um, and if I'm not able to, I definitely want to point you in the right direction where you can make that stand. I also want to be able to give people the opportunity of financial freedom to break free of those the rules that society places on you by virtue of maybe unjust laws that this financial product can help you uh, fight back against. And again, it may not always be crypto Jaanbaaz, but crypto Jaanbaaz will definitely point you to where you need to be or where you might thrive. And that's pretty much it. I want to be the human factor that brings people to what they want to do from a financial perspective, from a humanitarian perspective, and just from a perspective of the next evolution of finance.
Very interesting. So basically, in kind of layman's terms, you want to bring crypto to people that have no clue about what it is.
Yes.
You want to help them empower themselves through the knowledge that you have, through your
Yes.
experience that you have. And you want to help people find some form of freedom. So, freedom is a big thing.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And with a lot of ease because of the human angle to it.
100%.
Does that summarize it?
I'm 100%. I'm going to use that because I tend to have lots of long verbose answers, and this is a nice one. You've pretty much summarized it exactly. I just want to
Yeah.
help. If it boils down to, I just want to help anyone that wants
Yeah, no,
help.
that's excellent. That I think is excellent. I think when I talk about topics of my interest that I'm passionate about, I can go on and on and on and on. So I think when you're a subject matter expert, then it is difficult to make it that concise. But I
Yeah,
think sometimes, and I feel like you've explained this concept to me so many times in such simple ways that it's not overwhelmed me. In fact, it's intrigued me. And so I think I cannot wait for what Crypto Jabas becomes.
thank you.
And as you know, I'm like waiting.
100%. 100%. One of the things that I find so fun about a podcast like this is it just like there's so many listeners, right? There's listeners who have either never purchased crypto, there are listeners who have purchased crypto but have gotten scammed. There are people who have purchased crypto, it's probably just sitting on some exchange and they have no idea the risks that they've taken. So there's such a variety of people that are listening that it sometimes gets difficult to answer to all of them, and it's nice to have just a focused answer for the people who are interested to be able to ask a bigger question at some other point. Yeah, and I think
Mm.
that's what I'm going to get from this podcast, to be able to focus my very wide thought patterns to something a bit more targeted.
Yeah, very exciting. I think for the listeners out there, keep an eye out. This was just an intro episode. We're about to go on a journey where crypto jambas within that world, we are going to introduce what crypto is, really break it down in simple language. We are going to understand how to buy, sell, and use it. We're going to understand how it works, as in what role it plays in the world of investments and how it can play a role in your portfolio of investments. As you know, many hedge funds, many ETFs out there, that in the traditional financial services sector, which I belong to, there's a lot of involvement and intrigue and interest on crypto because of what role it can play. So we're about to learn a bit more about that. And then finally, I think what will also be cool is to cover the future of crypto and the role of it in financial freedom. So we're about to go on a journey, and basically, within the crypto Java's world, we're also going to share how trips have been funded with crypto, spend has been funded with crypto, nothing to do with credit cards, nothing to do with bank in your cash in your bank. Sorry, and we're about to explore real world use cases of crypto. So stay tuned. If you have any questions or any comments within the crypto world, anything at all, we just discussed the wide spectrum of things that can be covered. Please do reach out to our Instagram, Crypto Java's Instagram, which we'll share in the show notes, and we'll be more than happy to respond and help in the best way possible. When I say we, I don't mean me, I mean you. So,
My DMs
um,
are completely open to all of your listeners for any crypto help that they might need.
yeah, excellent. Well, great. Thank you so much for coming on the show today,
Thank you for
and I'm
having me.
looking forward to many, many more conversations.
No, this was great. Thank you so much.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah.
We would really appreciate your feedback as reviews on the podcast app you tune in from. Support us also by sharing this podcast with 3 of your besties who would benefit from being fantastic.